The Joe Rogan Experience.
Well, it's also an art form. It's a temporary art. It's an art that you consume, you eat it. And I think because it's not like music that you can listen to over and over again, or comedy, or a movie, or literature. We don't think of it as an art form. I didn't realize it was an art form until I started watching Anthony Bourdain's show, No Reservations, the original one on the Travel Channel. And then from being like really a big fan of that show, I realized like, oh, this is art. And because of his narration was so brilliant because he wrote all the descriptions of the cultures that he would visit and the people and the descriptions of the chef. You could tell it was all in his language. It was in his mind, and he wrote it all out. He didn't have writers and script writers. He wrote all the narratives. And I think then I realized through his passion for food and his passion for cooking and his deep appreciation for other chefs. It wasn't about him. And he was always very self-deprecating to his own abilities to cook. It was about other people and how amazing these people were and how he loved to go and visit them. And sometimes it was someone's mother that would be just cooking Sunday sauce, some Italian mother, and he would have someone translate what she was saying. He would ask questions. It's like, then I realized, like, oh, this is an art form. And I never considered it was an art form until I was a grown man, and I was a little embarrassed by that. It was like, oh, that's a blind spot. Like, food is not just delicious. It's a form of art. There's something to it. It's just an unheralded art form because everybody needs it, and it's not always art. Like, Twinkies aren't art, but it's food. It's calories. You need to consume it to stay alive. You need food. So you don't think of it, but when it's done with passion and when it's done in this creative way, it's like you talk about it forever. It's amazing. It's like going to see an incredible concert, or it's like going to see a movie that just rocks your world. It's the same thing. It's just someone expressing themselves through a medium, and that medium is food. And it's the one medium that we all consume. Everyone consumes that medium. When I talk to people and they say, I don't really care about food, it's just fuel for me, I'm like, well, you're an idiot. Like, you're missing out on life. You're missing out on a giant chunk of life, which is delicious food, and delicious food that you enjoy with others, which is also part of food. Enjoying delicious food by yourself is not nearly as fun as enjoying delicious food with other people. There's something communal about it, which goes back to our tribal ancestors sitting around the campfire enjoying something that we cooked.
And our mother feeding us for the first time.
Yes.
I miss Tony.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I miss Tony. I did. We did few shows together. He'll always invite me. Eric Rippert. He did many shows with him. And we spent a lot of time together, especially Januaries. We'll gather in the Cayman Islands. We did that for 15 years, for 1 week every January.
Oh, really? Why the Cayman Islands?
Because Eric has a hotel there, a restaurant. Eric Rippert, the nicest, talented chef, Le Bernardin, restaurant of restaurants. And Eric, Tony, and myself, we call ourselves the Three Amigos. And we'll spend time together, smoking a cigar, doing nothing, walking on the beach, scuba diving. So when Tony decided just to move to his next stage in life and left us, I was in Guatemala. I was actually with World Central Kitchen. Was a big volcano there, Volcano Fuego. And it broke my heart. I remember speaking to Eric that day. And just what happens was that less than a month before I was with him in North Spain, Asturias, where I was born, shooting what it became his last show. And for me, obviously, that was a hard moment because it's not like I lost a friend in a very selfish way, and Eric, and I know so many hundreds of thousands, millions around the world lost a person that, in so many ways, he's probably listening to us, Joe, and in so many ways, when I listen to you, you sound like him. Well, Tony speaks like Tony, and Joe speaks like Joe. But in a way, you are like soulmates. And Tony always had those words of wisdom. He always will be the voice of the voiceless. He didn't mind to speak his mind. He was a very straightforward shooter. He didn't try to piss anybody off. Only he wanted to be Tony.
Right.
Respectful, but Tony. And because that, forever, we will miss Tony. Even I think he never left. He's here. He's in so many parts of all of us.
Yeah.
Because his way of telling stories, he waits to listen to the people telling those stories, and him becoming the medium of making sure that we will learn that the world was a beautiful place.
Yeah.
I remember the story he did about Iran. He went to Iran. Like sometimes you think about Iran, and if you read the news, it looks like the people of Iran, they are, and you see the show, you're like, man, Iranian people are great people.
Yeah.
Blame the leader, maybe, or the leaders, but the Iranian people, they're good people. They're like you and like me.
Of course. That's
maybe
all
look
people.
different.
Yeah, that's
maybe
all
they have a
people.
different language.
Yeah.
Maybe, and obviously we know a lot of Iranians who are here in America, and they're wonderful people. So he showed what he did. The legacy of Tony is that he showed us that the world is not such a scary place, that it's okay to open yourself to the world. What we were talking before about people that they get into their cocoon and they don't want to move beyond their comfort zone. Tony showed us that the people that are not like us, they're actually okay. They're just different people that they're going to expand our horizons and our thoughts about life. That was Tony. And he did it through food, and he did it through his amazing, amazing poetry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfectly said.
Yeah.
It took a long time for me to be able to watch a show after he was gone.
I love the painting you have in the entrance.
Yeah.
I didn't cry because lately I've been trying to hold my tears, not because I feel a man should not cry. I'm a guy that cries easily, and I love it. But when I saw it, first thing, I come out of I open the door, and there is this beautiful big portrait of Tony, and I'm like, okay, I have a feeling I'm home.
Yeah. I've got a couple. I've got another one I'll show you that I have that's in another part of the studio. I got a lot of art in the studio, luckily.
You do?
It's nice. I love art. I just love being around people's expressions, different things that people have created. I just love things that people make. If there's anything that I couldn't live without in this world, I need to be around people's creations. It's very important to me. I like seeing it. I like it to be all over the walls. I like it to be everywhere. I like to touch it. I want to see it, And when I found out he was gone because my friend Maynard, he's the lead singer of Tool, and Tony had really gotten into jiu-jitsu. And that's how, one of the ways, I was friends with him before that, but that's one of the ways that Tony and I got closer, is that, he knew I was a black belt, and I've been doing jiu-jitsu for decades. And so he would ask me questions, and when we were doing the show together, it was really funny. When I did one episode of No Reservation, we went pheasant hunting in Montana, and part of the day, he's asking me how to finish Darce chokes. So he and I are on the ground, on the dirt, and I'm saying, now when you're in this position, I'm showing him how to strangle people in the dirt. So we're like wearing hunting clothes and boots and everything like that, and I'm like, no, this way, and then trap the head here and turn it like this. So I'm like, now do it to me. Like we're working with each other, like on the ground. And he's like fascinated by this martial art, and I thought it was wonderful because like he's this sensitive, creative, poetic guy, but he found the beauty in jiu-jitsu, which is like to the outside person who's the uninformed, it looks like this brutal caveman activity, but it's not. It's a very complicated, intelligent, creative martial art. And he was obsessed with it. And he didn't start doing it until he was 58 years old, which is kind of crazy. But he really got obsessed with it. Entered into tournaments, age-appropriate tournaments, and did really well. And was training every day, sometimes twice a day. Like was taking private lessons, and like really got obsessed with it.
I can tell you that because when we were shooting in Asturias and few other places, Cayman Islands, one of the things he always did is finding out where was the local jiu-jitsu hanging place. And it's very funny. In Oviedo was a place, and he will go there.
Yeah.
And for 1-2 hours, he will be just fighting against local guys. So it was fascinating to see how even on weeks that he was supposed to be concentrated on shooting, he always found time to do what he loved.
So Maynard got his black belt recently, and Maynard was also like very into jiu-jitsu, and he was joking around like maybe one day he and Tony would have a celebrity jiu-jitsu match. So I'm in Chicago. I'm doing shows in Chicago, and I get a text message from Maynard and says, so much for that celebrity jiu-jitsu match. And I'm like, what does that mean? And so I'm like, I don't even know what that means.
That was the moment.
And then I Google. And then I have this feeling, and then the news, and then it all hits me. I'm like, oh, fuck. There's moments when people take their own life where the worst feeling is, I feel like if I was there, I could have stopped him from doing that.
That's the feeling, eh?
You know, the feeling like he just was alone. You know, and sometimes you just need to know you're not alone and you're going to be okay. Like, whatever you think is going to be the worst thing that's happening here, it's not. You're loved. You're loved. You're an amazing person. There's so much more to see. You don't want to leave these people behind. You don't want to hurt them. You don't want to hurt these people in your life. You don't want to hurt your family. You don't want to hurt your daughter. You don't want to hurt your wife. Don't do it. I know it feels impossible, but it's because you're alone. And it's, you know, sometimes... You know, I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have been able to do anything. Maybe I'm wrong. But there's that haunting feeling that I could have talked to him. I could have, man, that feeling fucking sucks. That feeling of, if I could just have had if I was there with him, I think we could have had some laughs. We could have joked around about some stuff, and we would have been okay. That's, you know.
I
bet you feel the same way, right?
And I think that's something I didn't close yet. Obviously, I'm not going to talk on behalf of Eric, but Eric was so strong. And Eric obviously was shooting with him in France when that happened, and actually is the one that found him in his room. And I understand that feeling because I'm still going through it. And it's okay to feel responsible because that means you care for those people. But the message here is that we all need to be checking always on each other.
Yeah.
That's what friends are for. Obviously for the celebration of your team winning the NBA or having a beer or the birthday or a party or celebrating life, or playing darts, or just having beers with no plan. What are you doing tonight?
Yeah.
I'm having a beer. I'm joining you. Great. That's great. The celebrations, that's what we're here for. But the true moments of friendship, obviously, are those moments that even you show up when you are not invited, because you feel something maybe is off. And it's okay to knock on the door. It's okay to pick up the phone. It's okay to maybe get on a plane. It's okay to... And obviously, I guess, like you now, Joe, that I'm learning about and gives me joy to see that here another person that really loves Tony. And Eric and myself and so many others around the beautiful life of Tony. That we wish we were there, right?
Yeah.
So I think, if anything, I don't think it's a lesson. It's only, let's always be there for each other.
Yeah.
let's always be there for each other.